Woo! Man, let me tell y'all something. First off, thank y'all for coming in and tuning in to another episode of All Star Fandom Show. I'm your host, Doc. I am half of the dynamic duo that is All Star Fandom Show. My partner Dion is on a little sabbatical right now, but y'all got your boy. And the season finale of Daredevil Born Again. Oh my goodness. So if you are here, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming in, hanging out with your boy. Please drop some comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this entire season, especially on this final episode. But as you can see, I'm by myself tonight. My other partner, Jen, she's not here. She is in Japan having the time of her life with Star Wars celebration. But we're going to get it on and popping. As you know, I'm going to get right to the beat. Here we go. Daredevil season finale. Oh my goodness. If you have not been watching, please tune in if you like good storytelling and drama and suspense and all that good stuff. Please tune in. But let me tell you something. It was good. It was a good one. And this is heavy. It's going to be heavy spoilers if you haven't seen it, but hopefully it'll make you go and watch it. But I'm going to jump right into it. We last left you last week, for those of y'all who hadn't watched it, with Wilson Fisk in the crosshairs of Bullseye. He pulled the trigger. He shot somebody, but it wasn't Kingpin. Matt Murdock jumped in front of the bullet, took the bullet for Kingpin. And to everyone's surprise, yeah, he did that. So we opened this thing up in the hospital. Oh, and before we get started, really too deep in this thing, is my main man, Turtle. Turtle is back. Turtle. Turtle. Thank you for tuning in every single week, coming in here and chatting with us. But man, that's my thoughts exactly is, oh yeah, because you and I both know who showed up in this one, and we'll get to it. But before we get to that, so Matt Murdock took a bullet for Wilson Fisk, to everyone's surprise. Now he's in the hospital. And lo and behold, guess who has the brilliant idea? The brilliant idea to try to turn that someone saving their life into a point of, I don't even know the word, just a point in making, well, him making a point in why he really decided to start this vigilante squad. So basically, Wilson Fisk is going to try to sacrifice Matt Murdock, even though he just saved his life. What a low down, dirty piece of you know what. And I'm not cussing on here. Try not to cuss. Keep it to a minimum. But yeah, needless to say, didn't go down as planned because you know Matt Murdock got them super ears. So heard it coming. But I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because the person we all been waiting for to show up for more than 3 seconds in this show this season popped out, and let me tell you, he popped on that screen and he did not let us down. The demon dog himself, Mr. Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, showed up and showed out and started whooping everybody. Let me rephrase. He didn't whoop nobody. He just started shooting them up. Y'all know how Frank get down. So we'll pick it up with Karen calls Frank because she was worried for Matt. And it's a triangle. It's a love triangle, guys. Y'all know this. If y'all been watching The Punisher, if y'all watched the Daredevil series on Netflix, both the Punisher and the Daredevil series on Netflix, you know, Matt Murdock, Karen, and Punisher, that's a whole little love triangle type deal going on. And it's a little bit of jealousy going on with Matt because he is a little jealous that Karen, is feeling Frank. But it's all good. That's neither here nor there. Karen calls Frank for a favor. Frank shows up, shows out. He and Matt put the part of the anti-vigilante squad down, and in a horrible fashion. Comes to find out, they find out the guy who killed Hector Ayala. And while there, we all know Matt has been struggling this whole season with his morality after Feige was killed. And he has been really struggling with what he did to Poindexter by pushing him off that roof. And it got to that point tonight in this finale where Matt could have really taken the guy out that killed Hector. And the Punisher is over here. It's like the devil and the angel, but there was no angel. it was just a devil and a worse devil. Frank Castle over here is like, do it. Take him out the game. You know what I'm saying? And Matt, being Matt, trying to come back to some point of morality, decides not to. He just knocks the guy out. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I'm always down for busting heads and destroying things, but I was relieved Matt did not take the guy out, because I want Matt to be that. I want Matt to be that moral vigilante in Hell's Kitchen. We already got Frank Castle. We don't need two Frank Castles. But I'm on Turtle. I'm gonna put this up. This right here. This one is not for kids. This show is not for kids. Do not let it's up to you, but I wouldn't let my daughter watch it, because it is very dark and it's very violent. And I will tell y'all a little story right quick. When I was at Dragon Con last year, I had the opportunity of listening to Vincent D'Onofrio speak during one of the meet and greets. And he was saying that this season, that these next two seasons were going to get very dark and very gritty. And he was not lying. And it is. And it lives up to what he was saying. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate the writing. I appreciate the acting. I appreciate the cinematography in this show, Daredevil Born Again. And if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Daredevil Born Again, the season finale. There are 9 episodes, 9 great episodes, no filler episodes, at least to me. I didn't think there were any filler episodes. Great writing, great acting, great music. I think you will really, really enjoy this series. And there will be a season 2. If you hadn't known, or you didn't think about it, but there will be a season 2. It's gonna come out soon. Turtle, I'm gonna ask you, what did you think about this particular episode? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I could have, I could have gotten a little more. I mean, they could have gave me a little bit more. I think they could have given me 15 more minutes. Just let me see Frank escape. I know I'm jumping to the end, but most of you all have not seen it. But I would like to have seen Frank escape. But we'll go back, because I'm going to tell you guys something right quick. Turtle. I know it got intense. It got really intense when Frank Castle showed up. I was trying my best not to scream too, but I got too excited. I had to calm myself down, because I was like, yeah, finally, my man showed up and he showed out. And it was well deserved. I mean, they waited to the right moment. They knew when to release, the Punisher. They knew when to release the Punisher, and they did. So okay. So this is all right, Turtle. So you say there was a couple of fill in break episodes was fillers because I don't feel like there were fillers. I think every episode that they had this season was showing how Matt was walking the path of trying to find his morality, trying to get back to his religion, and trying to get back to being the vigilante that we know him to be, which he doesn't kill people. He really tries not to damage people. He really is out for justice, which we appreciate all of those things. But when Foggy dies, he loses all of that. He lost Karen, he lost his religion, and he lost both of his best friends, basically. Because Karen is his best friend. Foggy was his best friend. Karen left and went to California. Foggy passed away, and Matt lost his religion. So each episode after that first episode was Matt trying to find his way to being the vigilante that we know him to be. And I don't think the episodes were fillers because they all were leading up to something, which was Vanessa and Kingpin trying to build this new building at the port, which we discovered why and how Vanessa was making so much money while Kingpin was away was because of the port and the laundering of money and everything else that she was bringing through the port, because it's a quote unquote free port, which is not governed by the state nor the country, which means everything that comes in there, it can't be taxed and it can't be checked by customs, basically. So you can smuggle anything through there. So this is what Vanessa has been doing while Kingpin was away. And of course, Kingpin knew about it, as Kingpin knows everything. And like I said last week, if y'all are paying attention, last week I said Kingpin bugged the commissioner. And as you can see this week, while he was talking to Sheila, Kingpin was listening to that entire conversation, which led to his demise, which was kind of brutal. And if you, oh my goodness, if you are squeamish, even just the slightest, you might not make it through this one. But if you made it through that Punisher episode, that prison episode, and those of you all who know, you'll make it through this one. And it's well worth it. Yeah, you know what, Turtle? I was waiting on more cameos, but I'm glad they didn't bring a whole bunch of them. I think they'll probably bring more cameos next season. My counterpart Jen was thinking that we're kind of gearing up for the Young Avengers series, maybe coming down the line for Disney Plus. We'll see, because of the mention of Kamala Khan, and of course her father was in episode 3, the bank episode. Let's see, here we go. Oh yeah, okay. I thought when they were at the bar, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Fish were gonna come out. Nah, I'm kind of glad they didn't, because like I said, maybe next season. But like always, Turtle, they always try to introduce or at least mention these people before they show up. And Jessica Jones, I can see Jessica Jones coming in. I can see Danny Iron Fist, I can see him coming in. But Luke Cage, I don't know. I know they're all part of the Defenders, but the reason I say Luke Cage, because normally if it ain't happening in Harlem, Luke Cage really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Would he be an asset to the team? Of course he would. But if you know what happened at the last on the last episode of Luke Cage, he got his own thing to tend with now that he is running Cottonmouth's old club. So he really may not be really interested in coming in, you know, fighting Kingpin. But we'll see, because it is New York, and I don't think Kingpin would just stop in Hell's Kitchen with him reaching for power the way he's reaching for. Like he said, he told Vanessa, he said, I'm not just trying to launder, or we're not trying to push millions through. We're trying to push billions through. So with that being said, he might end up trickling down in Harlem and waking Luke Cage up, and then it's gonna be a problem for Kingpin. It's gonna be a real problem. So back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. Um, Vanessa, this whole time, was the mastermind of this whole thing. Simply because Foggy stumbled on to, and Foggy didn't even know this. Foggy was just happy that we was going to win the case, but he did not know he stumbled onto Vanessa's little secret of the discovery of the port that they were using Red Hook was a free port. And once he discovered that, Vanessa put the hit out on him. She went to go get Bullseye out of the mental institution and, you know, got him released and then put the hit out on Foggy and his client. But with that being said, I was a little wrong in last episode because I thought Vanessa put the hit out on Kingpin. So what it was, Bullseye was still upset behind Kingpin's betrayal, and he just really wanted to put a bullet in the dude. Apparently, that plan was foiled by Matt because he jumped in front of the bullet. So now, back to the drawing board for Bullseye. But now Kingpin and Vanessa, they are really about to rule the city. I mean, that's basically what it is. And here's another thing for those of you all who have not watched Daredevil Born Again season 1. I'm going to say this, and I've been saying this the entire time I've been reviewing this show. It's loosely mirroring real life. I kid you not. And when you watch it, you're going to agree with me. And I want you to come here and drop a comment. Please come back and drop some comments when you start watching this show. I promise, and I promise you're going to be like, ooh, this seems like real life. Ooh, wait a minute. That's too close to real life. Wait a minute. Hold up now. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, Andy, look, you're gonna get scared, you're gonna get nervous, your heart is gonna be, you're gonna scream like Turtle and I've been doing. I mean, it's gonna take you on an emotional roller coaster. Trust and believe me. Um, but I want to know. I want to know where do they take this show from here? We will get a season two. Season two won't be released until maybe the middle of next year, which is great. That gives everyone a brain break from this first season. We can go back and rewatch it and rewatch it. And here's a little thing for those who may not know: the more you rewatch something on Disney Plus, the more apt they are to give you more seasons. So if you all really want more seasons of Daredevil, rewatch, rewatch, and rewatch. Basically, if you want more seasons of any of your favorite shows on Disney, rewatch them. And when they see those views, Disney will go to the writing room and write some stuff and give the fans what they want. That's what it seems like. That's what they've been doing. And I, for one, I'm really appreciative because it does give me something to do, which I love doing, which is watching things that entertain me. So, um, let's see, Turtle. Yeah. Well, Turtle. Yeah. Well, let me just post this. Okay. When Karen and Daredevil were at the rocks, I thought White Tiger was gonna pop up, waiting for it. No, but there's reason for this. I mean, and I'm thinking too. So I mean, you might be thinking the same thing I'm thinking. We know that the real actor who played White Tiger passed because we were discussing this before. Why why they take him out so early in the show, and it's because he passed. And I was hoping that they would have another person come in, or we were discussing that maybe his niece may pick up that mantle as White Tiger. As you know, she is basically still somewhat probably recovering from the muse draining her when he caught her, and probably she has to do a lot of training before she can wear that white mantle, that White Tiger suit, and be able to hold her own because she is not trained right now. She's basically you know a young pup, and she needs some guidance. And the one person that can probably guide her is Matt. Now that he's probably back on that path to where his singular focus now is Kingpin. His singular focus now is to put Kingpin down. Not only is his focus on Kingpin, now you have the Punisher's singular focus on the Kingpin. So yeah, we know the Kingpin got a lot of people around him, and we know he's tough and he's strong and everything. But man, when these two dudes get focused on you, it's gonna be some hell to pay. And as we all know, the Punisher does not go down without a fight, man. And he does not go down easily at all. At all. Um, yeah, I did. Yeah, Turtle, I did see her in the last part of the show for a brief second. I do remember her face, but I still don't think she would be ready for next season to be White Tiger. I think she'll be ready for next season to do some training. But I'm telling to go up against this anti-vigilante squad, I don't think she's ready for that. But the two people that I'm really nervous about, so to speak, and I spoke about this last week when we were discussing BB and Sheila. Sheila is Wilson Fisk, uh, right hand, left hand, uh, whatever you want to call her. She's his campaign manager. She was his campaign manager. She still is manager. Um, I'm nervous for her, for one, because she was talking to the commissioner and basically on the verge of betraying Wilson Fisk, and he heard all of this. And I'm nervous for BB because BB is close to Daniel, and she's trying to play Daniel, so to speak, so she can get on the inside to get close to Fisk to see if he will slip up and maybe confess to killing her uncle. And we'll see how both of those stories play out. But I'm worried for both of those ladies that Wilson is going to find out and either put them down there with the rest of those people in those cages or just, toss them off in the river somewhere. We'll find out. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the thing about Sheila, though, man, Sheila is really smart. She's really smart. Question is she smart enough to get away from Fisk? That's my question. Is she smart enough to get away from Fisk? Because if she, man, I'm telling you, if she doesn't run, she's gonna get swallowed up. She is. Oh, wait a minute. So I missed something. Hold up. Hold that. This is what Turtle just posted. Oh, see, I didn't even think about that. See, because my mind was so focused on when the anti-vigilante squad had the commissioner hemmed up in that kitchen that they bugged him. And also I was thinking that everything in that hall possibly had bugs in it. So everybody in there conversing about anything, Wilson is listening to it. I never even thought that Sheila would be the one to record that. Hey, that's a good point, Turtle. If that's true, that's a good point, man. And that would make her, ooh, man, that make her diabolical, dog. For real. Because I didn't see that coming. Just like I didn't see the whole Vanessa twist thing coming, man. Man, it's diabolical. And you're probably right. That's probably, and I'm thinking the whole time the reason she was crying, Turtle, was because the city is going into like chaos. I'm thinking she's like, man, I helped get this dude elected to office, and now it is a mess in my city, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. This is why I thought she was crying. I didn't even put those two together. That's why I appreciate you coming here and conversing with your boy. Because look, you make me think about stuff that I really didn't put together. I appreciate that, Turtle. You go in your bag sometime. I appreciate that, Turtle. But look, for those just tuning in, we are talking about Daredevil Born Again season 1 finale. And I'm really not gonna hold y'all too much longer because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole of what I think is gonna happen on the next season. But I am gonna say one thing. I would like to see more Frank Castle, of course. I would like to see more Punisher. And I'm interested in seeing how the writing is going to play out with the characters that I mentioned. Mainly Sheila, BB, Daniel, and Ayala, the little young lady who was Hector's niece. I'm very interested to see how those stories are going to play out into this next season. Hey, so hold on. I gotta Okay, Turtle. I really want to know, what do you think is going to happen in next season? I mean, I'm thinking, if I start talking about it, we could be here for a long time. I really don't want to be here all night, but I will say a little bit. I will say this. I think, of course, Wilson and Vanessa, they're gonna build that building right there on the port, like he was talking about, and it's gonna be Criminal City. That's and look, we're gonna need somebody to come in and take care of it. Now, like your first theory, would the defenders come and take care of it? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. I think mm, that'd be a lot. That would really be a lot to have the defenders come just to take on Kingpin. I mean, normally we do need more street level heroes coming out of the woodworks. That we do need, because Matt is gonna need some help. Wilson Fisk is a handful. He ain't no easy win. Um, and although I think he and the Punisher can handle it, as you see and we all see, the Punisher sometimes get hemmed up. He really does. Mm, maybe. Cause I mean, do you think they're really gonna have a new Punisher series come out? I don't know. Maybe this might be it for the Punisher when it comes to this particular thing for Disney. Just him and Daredevil doing their thing. Of course, we know the Punisher goes off and does a whole lot of other stuff and punishing and all that good stuff, but we'll see. I mean, because eventually he does join the Avengers. Um, because Nick Fury does tap him, you know. Um, but we'll see. I mean, because right now it's not right now in Hell's Kitchen, it's just a just a little local event. It's not like a global thing. So we really don't need that big of a team right now, is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm thinking maybe one or two other people might show up. It might be Luke Cage, might be Jessica Jones, might be Danny from Iron Fist. We don't know. It depends on who. It could be She-Hulk. I mean, it it could be Kamala. We don't know. I mean, I would gladly welcome all of those characters if they came next season. I think it would be make for a great watch, make for some more suspense and thrilling things. But one thing I don't think though, I know I mentioned Kamala. I don't think they'll bring Kamala in just yet, because I don't know, man. This one got really dark really fast. So Jessica Jones would fit for this for next season. Luke Cage would fit for this for next season, and Danny would fit for this next season. So one of those three or two of those three popping out next season would be a perfect fit. And I'm thinking, because they are all in New York, all of them are in New York. Um, one person said to me before was, "What if Spider-Man showed up?" And I was like, that'd be pretty awesome as well if Spider-Man did show up to help Daredevil and the Punisher. But then I thought about it and I was like, that might be a conflict because, Peter Parker is not with the whole unaliving people. And I think he and the Punisher might have a disagreement. I don't know. But that's as far as down the rabbit hole I'm gonna go. So with that being said, guys, I hope y'all have enjoyed our little conversation of all of these episodes 1 through 9 of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. If you have not started to watch it, I say watch it. If you haven't watched any of the Daredevil series, even including the Netflix one, they're all on Disney right now. My tongue's a little tied up. The Netflix one, they are all on Disney Plus right now. You can check them out. I suggest you check them out so you can get a little backstory on Matt, Murdock, Foggy, and Karen to see how this whole story progressed and to see why this one got so dark so fast. And I think you're really gonna really enjoy it. And I'm gonna say, tune in, tune in to All Star Fandom Show. I appreciate each and every one of you all for coming back each and every time. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe to all of our social media: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We really do appreciate you. And come next Tuesday, I will be back. I will have my top 5 picks. I know I haven't done it in a while, but I will have my top 5 next Tuesday. Y'all come in and hang out and kick it with me for about 30 minutes, and we'll go over some of my top 5, the things that I've been watching lately, and I think you'll really enjoy them. And until next time, it's me, Doc. I'm out of here. Peace.